Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We're going to be tackling some seriously cool cosmic stuff today. So we're diving into celestial showdowns, and let me tell you, they don't hold back.
No, it definitely did not.
We're talking about ranking the universe's wildest events, like imagine a video game tier list, but for supernovae and black holes. By the end of this, you'll be able to impress your friends, not just the names of these crazy cosmic events, but actually what causes them, how likely they are to happen, and what would happen if they did.
And what it might mean for us here on Earth.
Exactly. Celestial Showdowns kicks off with what they call the C tier.
Right, the C tier, your predictable events.
Like clockwork, right?
Yeah.
We're talking solar and lunar eclipses.
The kind of thing humanity's been predicting for centuries. You know, we can practically set our watches by them.
That's actually a great point. We've been predicting eclipses for ages. But have you ever stopped to think about why they're so predictable?
It all comes down to this really cool thing called orbital mechanics.
Okay, break that down for us.
So basically, it's all about gravity and understanding how objects move in space because of it. We've gotten really good at mapping out the paths of Earth and the Moon, so predicting eclipses, it's like having a cosmic train schedule, you know?
Like knowing exactly when that train's going to pull into the station? I like that analogy. Okay, that makes those predictable events a little less mysterious, but the universe isn't always so straightforward, is it?
You're right. Things get a little fuzzier as we move up the tiers. And that brings us to the B tier.
B tier. So these are still, what, uncommon but predictable?
Precisely. Think comet sightings, those dazzling auroras, and even those planetary alignments that get everyone talking.
Oh, like the Northern Lights.
Exactly. The Northern Lights, they're a fantastic example. Charged particles from the sun, right? Interacting with our Earth's magnetic field, creating those breathtaking displays.
It's amazing how something so beautiful can come from such a complex, cosmic interaction.
And that's what makes studying these events so captivating. With auroras, for example, we've been able to figure out when and where they're most likely to happen because we understand the science behind them.
So it's less about a set schedule, like with our eclipses in the C tier, and more about recognizing these cosmic patterns, the dance of particles and forces.
Exactly. It's like we're learning to read the signs, decipher the universe's language,
Okay, I'm loving this cosmic language lesson. So we've got our cosmic calendar with the C tier, our rare but we've got a hunch. Events in B tier. Things are getting interesting. But what happens when we crank things up to A tier?
A tier. Now we're talking about events that are not just visually impressive, but hold an incredible amount of power.
Right. Celestial Showdowns uses some pretty intense language to describe these. They're not messing around. We're talking supernovae in nearby galaxies, gamma ray bursts, and hold on to your hats. Every asteroid near Earth approaches.
And this is where predictions get a little, shall we say, less precise.
How so?
Well, take near-Earth asteroids. We have systems in place to track them, sure, but new ones, they pop up all the time. Imagine trying to map a forest while new trees just appear out of nowhere.
Okay, that's not a comforting thought, especially since, we only have one Earth.
Precisely. And that's why understanding these events, even if they're unlikely to directly impact us, is crucial. Take supernovae, for example.
Okay, supernovae, go on.
They're incredible.
Oh.
The energy released in one of these stellar explosions is just mind-boggling. We're talking brighter than an entire galaxy for a short time.
That's insane. Talk about a bright idea, right?
Yeah.
But seriously, that puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. And while a supernova happening close enough to really mess with Earth is incredibly unlikely, it's still important to wrap our heads around them,
So it's not just about being wowed by the pretty lights in the sky, but understanding that the cosmos can be just as powerful as it is beautiful.
Exactly. And learning about these tiers, it helps us understand the universe's power, its potential, and really our place in all of it.
Okay, I think it's time to brace ourselves and dive into some really intense cosmic territory. The S tier. This is where Celestial Showdowns really drives home the point that we're not just looking at cool space stuff anymore. We're talking about events that could have major consequences. Welcome back to the Deep Dive, everyone. We're wading into some seriously intense cosmic territory today. Last time, we left off with the A tier, those awe-inspiring but potentially dangerous cosmic events. Now we're taking it up a notch with the S tier events that could have major consequences for Earth. It's enough to make you want to invest in a really good telescope. And maybe a bunker.
Well, maybe not a bunker just yet. But it's true that the S-tier events are those that, while still statistically unlikely, have the potential to significantly impact life on Earth as we know it.
And when we say impact, we're not talking about a few shooting stars. Celestial Showdowns really emphasizes that these events are in a league of their own. First up, we have solar superstorms, and I've got to say, even just saying the name gives me chills. They sound intense.
They can be. And to understand why, we need to talk about the Carrington event. Back in 1859, Earth was hit by the most powerful solar storm ever recorded. It caused telegraph systems to go haywire, sparked fires, and even gave people electric shocks.
Wait, electric shocks from the sky? That sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. What would happen if something like that occurred today, with our world so reliant on technology?
That's the million-dollar question, and the answer is a bit unsettling. Our power grids, communication systems, satellites, they're all vulnerable to these kinds of geomagnetic storms. A Carrington-level event today could cause widespread blackouts, disrupt global communications, and even knock out GPS satellites. We'd be talking about trillions of dollars in damage and potentially years to fully recover.
Wow. So while the northern lights are a beautiful side effect of solar activity, solar storms are a stark reminder that our star isn't always so benevolent. It's like a cosmic wake-up call to not take our technological dependence for granted.
Exactly. The Carrington event is a powerful reminder that even events with a low probability can have a high impact. And it underscores the importance of investing in resilient infrastructure and developing mitigation strategies to protect our technology.
So while we can't control the sun's temper tantrums, we can at least try to be prepared for when those tantrums get a bit out of hand. Okay, solar storms are intense, but Celestial Showdowns doesn't stop there. What else have they got for us in the S tier that has you as an expert saying, okay, now this is serious?
Well, besides those solar superstorms, the other major player in the S tier is the threat of an asteroid impact.
Right, those chunks of rock hurling through space that we occasionally see in the news. But why are they considered S tier? I mean, aren't most asteroids pretty small and burn up in the atmosphere?
It's true that most asteroids that enter Earth's atmosphere are relatively small and pose no threat. They burn up harmlessly, creating those beautiful streaks of light we call meteors. However, it's the larger asteroids, those with diameters of hundreds of meters or even kilometers, that we need to be concerned about.
Okay, I'm starting to see why those would be classified as S-tier events. So how likely is it that Earth will be hit by one of these larger asteroids?
Thankfully, the probability of a major asteroid impact in our lifetime is extremely low. But the consequences of such an event would be catastrophic. We're talking about potential extinction-level events. Imagine an asteroid the size of a city slamming into the Earth. The energy released would be equivalent to thousands of nuclear bombs detonating simultaneously.
Okay, that's a seriously grim picture, but it does bring up an important point. Celestial Showdowns isn't just about showcasing mind-blowing cosmic phenomena, it's also about highlighting potential threats and encouraging us to take them seriously.
Absolutely. While the probability of such events might be low, the potential consequences are so high that we can't afford to ignore them. That's why there are ongoing efforts to track and potentially deflect any hazardous asteroids that might cross Earth's path in the future.
Right, so we've got solar storms that could cripple our technology and asteroids that could potentially end civilization as we know it. That's a pretty intense introduction to the S tier.
It is, and Celestial Showdowns doesn't shy away from showcasing just how powerful and potentially dangerous the universe can be.
I think we need a moment to let that sink in. So far, we've covered events that, while mind-blowing in their own right, are at least somewhat within the realm of what we consider possible. But as we move further up the tiers, Celestial Showdowns takes us on a wild ride into the realm of the truly mind-bending. We're talking about concepts that push the boundaries of our current understanding of physics and reality itself. The S tier and beyond await. Welcome back, Cosmic Explorers. We're picking up right where we left off, right on the edge of the unknown. Last time we were in the thick of the S tier, those cosmic events, with some serious potential consequences for Earth. Now we're taking it up a notch, or maybe a few notches, with Celestial Showdowns S tier and beyond.
This is where things get really interesting. We're going beyond events that are simply powerful or dangerous, and into the realm of events that, well, they make us rethink how the universe even works.
Right. It's the kind of stuff that makes you double-check if you're reading a science journal or a sci-fi novel. Celestial Showdowns goes all out here. Black hole collisions near Earth, rogue planets smashing into our solar system. It's mind-blowing stuff.
It really gets the imagination going. Black holes, those cosmic monsters warping time and space, colliding near our little corner of the galaxy. It seems impossible, but according to everything we know about physics, it's not entirely out of the question.
So black holes can collide. I always thought they just kind of existed, sucking up everything around them, like cosmic vacuum cleaners.
They do that, yes, but they're also constantly moving and interacting with everything around them. When two black holes get close enough, their pull on each other, that immense gravity locks them into this spiral, and eventually, boom, collision of unimaginable energy.
Wow. Okay, I can't even begin to picture the kind of forces involved in something like that. What would even happen if two black holes collided near Earth? Would we even know?
That's the thing about black hole collisions. They're both incredibly energetic and surprisingly quiet.
Quiet. How can something so powerful be quiet?
The collision itself wouldn't create a blinding flash of light or an earth-shattering boom like you might expect. Instead, it'd send out these ripples in the fabric of space-time. We call them gravitational waves.
Gravitational waves, so like ripples in reality itself.
Exactly. Imagine dropping a pebble in a pond, right? But instead of water, it's the very fabric of the universe rippling outward. We've already detected these waves from black hole collisions far, far away, which just shows how powerful these events are.
Okay, so we might not see a black hole collision or hear it, but we could detect these gravitational waves. But wouldn't they have to be unbelievably powerful to reach us all the way here on Earth?
They would, and that's exactly why a black hole collision near Earth would be so significant. The waves from an event like that, they could disrupt the orbits of planets, even fling them right out of their solar systems.
Okay, now that's just showing off. Black holes. The silent but deadly assassins of the cosmos. Invisible to us, but their impact on reality itself, undeniable. Celestial Showdowns really pick some wild events for this list. What else is in this S tier and beyond?
Well, there's another fascinating and potentially terrifying scenario. Rogue planets.
Rogue planets. Okay, I'm picturing something like a planet, maybe bigger than Jupiter, just hurtling through space, not orbiting any star. Kind of lonely when you think about it, but also terrifying. What if one of these rogue planets came knocking on our solar system's door?
Let's just say it wouldn't be good. Imagine a cosmic bowling ball right through the middle of our neat little planetary alignment. If one got close enough, its gravity could completely mess up the orbits of planets, including our own.
Earth flung out into the cold, dark void of space. I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
It's a possibility, albeit a slim one. But even if we're talking near miss, a rogue planet could shift Earth orbit enough to cause crazy climate change or even trigger a chain reaction of asteroids.
It's incredible and terrifying to think about these rogue planets just out there roaming the universe. It really highlights how even the vastness of space, things can collide. Okay, so we've got black holes warping the fabric of space-time, rogue planets wreaking havoc on solar systems, and then there's the broken tier. And beyond broken tier, what exactly are we getting into at these categories?
Well, that's where Celestial Showdowns throws out the rulebook and jumps headfirst into the truly mind-boggling.
I am equal parts intrigued and terrified. Lay it on me. What's in the broken tier?
All right, you asked for it. In this category, we've got things like time anomalies. Picture the flow of time itself being disrupted. Maybe time travel becomes possible, or paradoxes unravel the fabric of reality. Then there's the whole concept of multiverse collisions, where our universe slams into another, potentially causing a cosmic reset or merging into something we can't even comprehend.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. Time travel, parallel universes colliding. I thought those were just ideas for sci-fi movies, and here they are being presented as potential cosmic events. Incredibly unlikely, sure, but still.
And that's what I love about Celestial Showdowns. It's a good reminder that our understanding of the universe is always changing, and there might be things out there we haven't even begun to imagine.
It's like that saying, the universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. Okay, so the broken tier is already pushing the limits of what we can even think about. What could possibly top that? What does Celestial Showdowns have in the beyond broken tier?
Now, this is where things get really wild. This is pure speculation, the kind of stuff you're more likely to hear debated in a late-night dorm room than in a university lecture hall.
All right, hit me with the beyond broken tier. What's the universe got for us at the very edge of reality?
Well, in this tier, we've got the complete collapse of dimensions, like our three-dimensional universe folding in on itself. Or, and this one really pushes it, the appearance of a cosmic deity, a being so powerful, so beyond us that it breaks all the laws of physics. And then, of course, there's the old favorite, the simulation hypothesis, the idea that our entire universe is just a really, really advanced computer simulation, and at some point, someone or something might decide to pull the plug.
Wow. Well, those ideas are so far out there, they make black holes and rogue planets seem almost boring.
That's the point, right? To push the boundaries of our imagination, to really make us think about how much we don't know. For all our scientific progress, we're still just scratching the surface of understanding the universe and where we fit in.
It's both humbling and incredibly exciting at the same time. Celestial Showdowns has taken us on quite a trip, from those predictable eclipses to the utterly inconceivable. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
Well, I hope they come away with a sense of awe and wonder for just how vast and powerful our universe is. From those predictable eclipses to the mind-bending possibilities of the beyond broken tier, there's always more to learn and explore.
I couldn't agree more. The universe is full of surprises, and it seems like the more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know.
And that's a good thing. It's that unknown that keeps us asking questions, looking for answers, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Exactly. Celestial Showdowns isn't just about ranking these events for fun. It's about making us curious, sparking our imagination, and reminding us that the universe is full of wonder, mystery, and endless possibilities.
Well said. Who knows what incredible things are out there just waiting to be discovered? The universe is always changing, and with each discovery, our understanding of our place in it grows.
So to our listeners, keep looking up at the stars, never stop asking those big questions, and never, ever lose that sense of wonder.
The universe is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, and you never know what mind-blowing revelation is just around the corner.
That's it for our deep dive into Celestial Showdowns, ranking the universe's wildest events. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive, where we'll continue to explore the awesome and sometimes terrifying wonders of the universe.